It's just unspeakably sad.
It was 2 a.m., a mere hours after the shooting had ceased.
I mean, it was pin drop quiet.
Clark County Assistant Fire Chief John Klassen had a grim task, combing through the scene, confirming the fatalities. And one very peaceful woman stood out.
Just one teardrop, and it was just, I am so with you, dear. I mean, me too. It was just one of the most meaningful, symbolic things that I've ever seen in 30 years of doing this.
That woman, he would learn, was Lisa Patterson. Her husband, Bob, wanted to hear the story for himself for closure.
Would you say you guys have struck up a friendship?
I would say that.
Klassen says personally he's not frustrated by the many questions that remain in the investigation into what happened. MGM Resorts, which owns the Mandalay Bay, releasing audio of the emergency call placed by the security guard first on scene.
Hey, there's shots fired in 32-135.
Gunman Stephen Paddock fired through his door, hitting Campos in the leg. Despite repeated attempts, MGM Resorts would not tell us what time Campos placed that call. Authorities initially described the security guard as a hero, saying he arrived toward the end of the shooting, possibly preventing more fatalities. But in a 180 of sorts, they then said he arrived minutes before the shooting began. Authorities now say Paddock shot Campos at around the same time the shooting began. Meanwhile, scientists at Stanford University are prepping to do a months-long microscopic study of Paddock's brain, but experts warn it may not yield much. Investigation aside, Las Vegas is pulling together.
So as a community, I think that people are helping us heal and healing themselves in the process by doing good things for other people.
So Las Vegas will bounce back.
Absolutely.
In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, there was a lot of discussion about banning bump stocks. That's the type of device that Stephen Paddock used on his semi-automatic weapon that allowed it to function more like a fully automatic one. And there seemed to be bipartisan support in Washington. Bills were even introduced, but still to this date, nothing has been done. Now, we spent the morning calling about half a dozen gun shops locally here in Las Vegas. Only one of them would return our calls regarding bump stocks. That's this place here behind us. They told us they've never sold them and never will. Reporting in Las Vegas, I'm Chris Welch.